In this lecture, we'll discuss about those amendments made in 2003 to the Representation of the People Act 1950, and in particularly those amendments of 2003 regarding Section 3, Section 59, Section 94, and Section 128 of the Representation of People Act 1950. So, here the appellant, the petitioner, Kuldip Nayar, challenged those amendments in the apex court. So, we will discuss that important leading case of 2006 as known as Kuldip Nayar versus Union of India. So, we'll go to the very facts regarding the case. Here, the petitioner challenged the amendments made under the Representation of People Act 2003. The petitioner here filed a writ petition as per the provisions under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution relating to judicial review, challenging the amendments under Section 3, in which the very requirement of domicile in the state concerned for getting elected to the Council of State. He also challenged the amendments made to Section 59, Section 94, and Section 128 of the Representation of People Act, which introduced the open ballot system for voting. According to the petitioner, Kuldip Nayar, the amendment made under Section 3 of the Representation of People Act in 2003, which violates the very principle of federalism, which is a part of the basic structure of the Constitution, as it was decided in the very landmark judgment Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala in 1973. The petitioner here also argued that the open ballot system violates the principle of secrecy. Voters have freedom of expression, which is also a basic feature of the fundamental rights as it is ancient under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A, relating to fundamental freedoms, right to speech and expression of the Indian Constitution, which was violated by the amendment. So the legal issues raised in this very landmark judgment, the first important legal issue raised whether the amendment made under Section 3 of the Representation of People Act, in which the requirement of domicile in the state concerned for getting elected to the Council of State is deleted, violates the very principle of federalism, which is a component of the basic structure of Indian Constitution. The second legal issue that was raised in this landmark judgment is whether open ballot system violates the principle of secrecy, which is subject to the fundamental rights of the voters as per under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A of the Indian Constitution. So now we'll discuss what exactly those provisions provide as per the Representation of People Act. 1950 and Section 3 of the Act that was challenged, and as Section 59 and Section 94 and Section 128 of the Act. So let us analyze the very provision of Section 3 of the Act, which states a person shall not be qualified to be chosen as a representative of any state or union territory in the Council of State unless he is an elector or a parliamentary constituency as per the very provision of Section 3. Why the amendment made in 2003 into this very section? The word in that state or territory was replaced in India. So the learned counsel of the petitioner contended that Section 3 violates the principle of federalism. According to them, it changes the very character of the republic and the foundation of democracy. It leads to distorting the balance of power between the union and states. They further added that the nomenclature of the Council of States shows the federal character of the House as if a member who is not belonging to a state from which he is elected, then the member cannot effectively represent the state. For the second issue, they contended that the amendment made under Section 59 of the Act introduced the open ballot system, and following that amendments were also made regarding Section 94 and 128 of the Representation of People Act. According to them, the amendments violate the very principle of secrecy, and they also mentioned that it was merely a political move by political parties for their own achievement. They also contended that it also violates freedom of speech and expression, as it is a fundamental right enshrined under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A. So also it violates the provisions of Representation of People Act. So the respondent here, the Union of India, contended that the basic structure doctrine does not apply to statutes. They further added that residence was never a constitutional requirement. It is not and was never treated as an essential factor for the election of the Council of States. The geographical indication of Goods Act 1990 shows that domicile was never essential for the structure and composition of the upper house. The court held that it is not important as a part of federal principle that the representative of that state should belong to that state. The court very technically held that residence is not a constitutional requirement of Article 80, Clause 4. It is a matter of qualification as under Article 84 of the Constitution. It was also held that changes made in the sections do not violate the basic structure of the Constitution. It also added that the right to get elected is a statutory right and it cannot be given or taken away by the Parliament and is always subject to statutory limitations. On the second issue, the court held that by the amendment provided that the votes at every election to fill a seat or seats in the Council of States shall be given by open ballot. This line was added in Section 59 of the Representation of People Act to have proportional representation. The open ballot system can also be used. It could not be said that the court, as we find, we cannot have a free and fair election on an open ballot. It is on the voter to show or not to show to the authorized agent of his party. So, this was the very judgment delivered by the apex court in this landmark judgment, Kuldip Nayar versus Union of India, which was delivered in the year 2006. So, now we would like to conclude our lecture on this landmark piece of judgment. So, rejecting all the grounds, the five judge bench held that it is no part of the federal principles that the representatives of state must belong to the state. The word representative of the state only refers to the member. The court also held that there was no violation of any constitutional provision or principles under line as in the provision relating to Section 59 of the Representation of People Act. The secrecy of the ballot is not an essential feature of democracy, which is a basic structure of our constitution. So, all the petitions disposed of by the Honorable Apex Court in this landmark judgment in 2006. So, hereby we complete our lecture on this landmark piece of legislation, which was challenged by the petitioner. Those amendments made in 2003, in particularly relating to Section 3, Section 59, Section 94, and Section 128 of the Representation of People Act.